Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Latvian Exotics YouTube channel. I told you that soon enough I was going to be doing some more car reviews, and I've got a pretty nice one for you today, which is the 2017 Lexus NX300H. But before we get into that, I would urge you to go down there, click that like and subscribe button, and join me on the road to 10,000 subscribers if you haven't already. But besides that, let's roll some cinematics, and then let's get into the specs of the Lexus NX300H. Okay, let me pause this whole thing for a second. Hey, future RO tuning in here. The thing is, this smarty pants decided that he wants to film the video without a microphone in a category 4 hurricane. So I'm tuning in here to complete the specs part for you guys, because even though you can hear a little bit of wind noise throughout the whole video, which I do apologize for, and I'm gonna redeem myself in the future videos for that, let's hop in. So there are many trim levels for this car, including luxury, executive, F-Sport, and mixing together with all-wheel drive, and then hybrid and all that stuff. But I won't dive too deep into that. This specific car, it has the executive all-wheel drive hybrid trim level, which means that it has a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine with 194 horsepower, with a torque of 210 newton meters at 4,400 RPM, weighing in at 1,895 kilograms, accelerating from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 7.1 seconds, with a combined fuel economy of 7 liters per 100 kilometers, and an MSRP of around 50,000 euros. But with this whole quick specs part of the way, I will hand you back to past Arvo, who will continue on with the review of the car. Look at that. So with the specs out of the way, let's move on to the front of the exterior of the car. So if we take a look at the front here, we have the beautiful Lexus logo coming together with the iconic Lexus style type grille. The car also has these visual air ducts per se, but if you come in closer, well, obviously they are not exactly functional. The car comes with these uniquely designed xenon headlights with headlight washers, of course, and they are complemented by these very amazing turn signals, which I will show for you right now. Pretty cool, huh? And another pretty cool thing to mention is that it has front parking sensors here, 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 and right here. When talking about the side profile of the car, it would be inadequate to not mention these bold, beautiful lines that flow from the front right to the back of the car, giving that insanely nice, sleek design that it has to it. It also comes with these nice chrome 18-inch rims, both front and back. And another cool feature that this car has is keyless go with automatically folding, electric, and heated mirrors. And then moving on to the back here, it also has these beautiful turn signals with the sleek design on the brake lights, as well as this stylish rear bumper here to make it look like a performance car, even though, as you can see, the exhaust is right there. But that is very normal for these type of cars. And it also has parking sensors in the back. Here, 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 and right there. I think we got the exterior covered pretty well. Now let's move on to the interior of the car. Don't mind this use on the headrest too much, but the car has a nice light brown interior with the black accents on the rear of the seats, with the brown leather continuing on the side trim of the door as well. It has this cool, I don't know what it is, silverish type of material, and it has white stitching all along the door, all along the front dash, and right here on the dash as well, and it has the same stitching on the seats. Another thing to mention is that these seats are electrically adjusted, as you can see right here, and they are heated, but sadly only in the front and not in the back. Let me show you what else this car has to offer. So this car is a push to start. You press this button, it fires up this nice gauge. Well, it should anyways. So it shows the Lexus logo and then the Lexus animation on there as well. You gotta first press your brake and then press the button again for it to turn on. And in this driver's side cluster, you have a whole bunch of information about the car. You've got your navigation, music, all that stuff. Something to mention is that yes, this car does have lane assist, and it also does have active cruise control, which means that this car has the closest thing that you can get to an actual autopilot. It also has these paddle shifters because it does have an eCVT transmission, but I don't really like it because it doesn't give any feedback when you shift the gears. You just shift the gear and it pops up a different number on the screen and it feels like nothing changes in the car, so it's not very fun. Then moving on to the center console, it does have this infotainment screen, but it is pretty dated. If we press the menu button, we can see all the things that we have. Navigation, we've got audio, we've got phone, apps, and all that stuff. It doesn't really have anything too fancy, so I won't dive too deep into that. But I would say the coolest thing that it has, and then, well, most cars have, it does have Bluetooth audio. And the sound system of this car is actually pretty decent, despite the subwoofer rattle in the back that Lexuses are known for, but it is what it is. We've also got this nice silver trim on the vents. We've got a nice little analog clock, which is made of plastic. Frankly, all these buttons do feel pretty premium, though. I like these. Here are the heated seats. You could turn those on, and there's some media control down there. But let's move on to something a bit more interesting. We've got the gear shifter, which is, well, a standard knob that you can shift your gears in. But what we have here are some drive modes. We got an eco mode, we've got a normal mode, and we have a sport mode. And for every time we turn on a different drive mode, it shows us a pretty cool animation. And a pretty cool thing also is that the gauges change colors. So for eco, it's this nice blue, then you switch it to the regular, it's gray, and then you switch it to sport. We've got RPMs right there, baby. And also a really interesting quirk about these Lexuses, it has this thing that controls the infotainment system right there, and it looks like an airstrike. Since this is a hybrid model, it does have an EV mode, and I'm not sure how much you can drive in that EV mode, but it will probably be somewhere around 10 to 20 kilometers. It's not much, but it is there if you run out of fuel and you might need to limp yourself over to a gas station. And another quirky thing, it has this little cute mirror in here, so you can look at yourself. Hey! And of course, a storage compartment where we've got a whole bunch of useless junk in there. But let me actually give you a little bit of a snippet of the sound system that it has in here. So I think you get the idea. The sound system is pretty decent in this car. Well, as I said before, besides the subwoofer rattle in the back. But speaking about the back, let's go to the back, because we're actually done with checking out the front of the interior of the Lexus NX300H. Hopping in back here, we do have this very nice view that we have up here from the panoramic roof. We've got some more bits of the speaker system right here. Here's a small speaker, and then going down there are more large speakers. It has the same leather trim as in the front, with the cool stitching as well running down the sides. We also have some air control vents right here. We can make ourselves a bit cooler. Sadly, there are no vents on the side here like some cars. And also no USBs or USB-Cs down here, but I guess you can't wish for everything, can you? Storage here, and also a nice pillow to get some sleep, but that doesn't come with the car though. So look here, we've got a nice center console with a compartment that can house 2 drinks. So you can lounge here and enjoy the beautiful panoramic scenery. And also, the headspace here isn't the largest, but it is pretty decent. In European terms, I'm 1.85 meters. So in American, that's like 6 foot or 6'1", something like that. So you tell me if this is decent or not, but I think it's pretty okay. And with that, we are done with the back, but let's move on to the rear trunk. So in the rear here, it has an automatically opening trunk, which can be opened both from here, inside the cabin, and from the key of the car. And the rear trunk is pretty spacious, having a storage capacity of 475 liters. Plus, you've got some additional storage down here, where we've got a bunch of junk lying around. And you can create even more storage by removing this top thingy here, and then you have more storage capacity. And then also, you can obviously let down the seats and have even more storage capacity in the rear here. But with that being said, let's close up this rear trunk, and I will take you to the front where I will show you how the engine bay looks, and then we'll get on to my favorite part, which is the driving experience of the car. So let's go. Right here, pop, pop, let's go. Let's get the trunk. Pop, oh, oh, that hurt. I hit my elbow. I need a break. Okay, we're successfully back. Let's pop the front trunk and check out what it's got in store for us. Of course, it's got the automatic struts. But there you go. There's the 4-cylinder, 2.5 liter engine, looking beautiful in all of its glory. All right, I think we've had enough of that. Let's get on to the driving experience of this thing. I want to do some polls, because before I showed you we've got some drive modes. So what I want to do is I want to compare these drive modes and check the differences in acceleration from 0 to 50, and then 0 to 100 for all of these 3 respective modes, which are eco, sport, and the regular one. Okay, so 0 to 50 in eco mode is a go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we hit it in eco mode. Now we're gonna pass a little bit of this debris because I don't want to be flying through this at very high speeds. And we're gonna attempt to do the 0 to 50 in the normal mode. We're in normal mode. Okay, so normal mode, 0 to 50. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we got it. We got the normal mode, 0 to 50. That was cool as well. Now we're gonna turn around and we're gonna do a 0 to 50 again, but in the sport mode. So we're gonna turn on sport right there. We got the RPMs, the everything. 0 to 50 in sport mode. 3, 2, 1, go. It isn't the easiest thing to hold on to, especially here where there's a gravel road that is not that great. I'm gonna do the 0 to 100 in the eco mode right now. A 0 to 100 run in the eco mode in 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Got it. We got it. Honestly, there's a dust cloud after that run. You know what? I do not want to repeat that here. That was pretty scary. So we're just gonna leave it at that. We've got this little bit of a lake to get over if we want to get out of here. I do not like traversing stuff like this. I should probably put the GoPro back up on the glass, but we'll get through this slowly but surely. The road here isn't that great. Now we're pulling out of the runway. There's a car on our right, but I think we're gonna make it out just fine and give it a bit of juice. I mean, it's got a nice pull on it. It's not bad. I would say it's not the fastest car on this planet, but if you are looking for an SUV to daily drive, it is something that you should consider. It isn't the biggest SUV ever, though it is very comfortable. And with regards to the steering, one, it's very light, and number two, it is really responsive, which I do like. It does have power steering, as you might expect. The car has a pretty decent clearance as well, so you can drive over curbs and bumps on the road and not really worry about breaking off your bumper, but you will not be doing that in comfort because the suspension of this car is really stiff. Maybe on different models it's a bit different. I'm just generalizing here and maybe I shouldn't be doing that, but I do not like how stiff the suspension is on this specific car. There's a corner. We're gonna take this corner here, flowing through it like a breeze through this beautiful sunny day in the countryside. Imagine taking your family in this car on a road trip like this. You're chilling out, going through these endless smooth roads, exactly as you would expect with Lexus. The vibe, the feeling that you get when driving these roads is absolutely immaculate. If you look at most cars in this price point, I wouldn't say this is the absolute best option, but it is definitely a really good option to consider. If you want a easy car to drive, also providing you with that style and that snazz when you pull up to wherever you want to pull up to. It isn't very hard to maneuver. In the beginning, it might be a bit overwhelming because the front glass is a little bit more narrow than on some other cars. And there are some moderately sized blind spots in the rear, but other than that, I would say it's really, really nice. Same goes for if you were trying to buy a 2023 model. While there might be minor tweaks and improvements to them, the overall vibe will definitely be more or less the same. Overall, I would give this car a pretty solid score of 8 out of 10 on the Latvian Exotics scale. But with that being said, I do appreciate you guys sticking with the Latvian Exotics YouTube channel and watching this video and other videos to the end. If you enjoy my content, I would urge you to go down there, click that like and that subscribe button, and join me on the road to 10,000 subscribers. We are aiming to hit it by the end of the year. I think we could do it anyways. Thank you for sticking with the Latvian Exotics family, and I will see you in the next upload.
Keep a pretty bitch put up. Ride through with a chauffeur, I be chillin' with my foot up. Niggas all cap bullshit, niggas pull up. Master P in 98, that little nigga got the hook up. I'ma make it drop the jaws every time a nigga pull up. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Every time you turn around, that nigga, he the top. You would think the baby popcorn the way the nigga pop.